You became the chair of the ARL.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself in the fight of a lifetime.
This is no ordinary time for rugby league football.
I'm a little bit concerned, and I think most people are, that I'm not sure whether two competitions will work.
Of the need for change and the pressing demand for the modernisation of the game.
I've always said, and I've never varied, the one thing that is not negotiable is that the Australian Rugby League must control the game.
You'll have my word that we'll never give in, we'll never ever give in. Thank you very much.
When did you first hear the words Super League?
Well, I was in England at the time with the Australian team, and as a matter of fact, I had the very great honour of having to have lunch with the Queen on the following Saturday. But I thought, I've got to give that a miss. I mean, it's much more important to me to be home, you know.
You gave up the invitation with the Queen to go deal with Super League?
Oh, that's the truth, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, football was my whole life, and and of course, you know, when they were under threat, as they were on this occasion, it was up to me to try and do something about it. So, you know, wouldn't matter who I had to meet or what I had to do. Rugby league was more important to me than anything else.
It was such a troubled time. Your power, money, loyalties, all up for grabs, all under question. You're under enormous pressure. You said at times it almost killed you. Did you feel like the enormity of it just sat so heavily with you? Did you feel like
absolutely.
Those dark days were just, you'd never get out?
Absolutely. Yeah, my phone had been ringing all night, all hours of early mornings, everything. I hardly, pardon me, I hardly slept, you know, for long periods of time during that Super League war.
What was the worst day? Do you remember?
Yeah, the worst day was when it first went before the court. The judge ruled in favour of the rugby league because he said, even though the Super League was in its rights in doing what it did, he'd rule against them because of the way they'd gone about it, and he was very, very critical. Anyway, of course, and he ruled in favour of the Australian Rugby League, and of course there was an appeal, and it went before three judges that came from South Australia who knew absolutely nothing about rugby league. I don't think they knew anything about sport, if you want to know the truth. But anyway, to cut a long story short, they overturned it and ruled the other way, and that's what happened at that time. But it's all been ironed out subsequently, and rugby league's back in control again, which is the main thing from my point of view.
Rumour has it you were offered $500,000 to join Super League.
I was offered quite a lot of money, yeah.
Did you think about it?
No, mate, no.
It's a lot of money. It's life-changing money.
Well, yeah, well, of course it is, but you know, it had to kill me to do that. I wouldn't do it, no.
Who offered?
It came through Peter Moore, who was a good mate of mine, and the Super League had appointed him to approach me and make the offer, but which, you know, was very, very tempting, of course, but, you know, geez, you'd be a pretty low person if you know.
You've had incredible ethics and standards through this entire time. Friendships were strained. John Rebo was, obviously, you had a connection with him at Manly.
Yeah.
How difficult did it become between the men that you considered friends?
Yeah, well, I've never ever lost my friendship with John Rebo. I've always liked John, and I'm still friends with him, and you know, we didn't let that affect our friendship. I mean, we were opposed to each other and we were both going in opposite directions. But I mean, irrespective of that, we didn't let that stand in the way of a friendship that we had then and have always had.